Right, and to make sure things were there. Hello everyone! To people just joining, to people who have been waiting, and to everyone watching things back on the VOD, whether it's here on Twitch or on YouTube, depending on when you're watching this. Thank you. Oh, wait, why am I saying thank you? This is not the end of the stream. Welcome back to another stream. Sorry, today's been a long day at work. It's been one of those like days where you say something so often throughout the day that you accidentally loop back round to like the wrong section, basically to like the wrong sections of dialogue and whatnot. That's basically what happened. But yes, welcome back to another stream, and welcome back to Game Dev Sunday. I actually managed to keep my promise this time around. I haven't decided to skip a Game Dev Sunday to focus on another thing or setting up for another thing again. But yes, last week, in terms of what we managed to get done during last week's Game Dev Sunday, we were mainly focusing on actioning some of the feedback that was given from the initial prototype slash demo for the project. And that was mainly to do with the movement, mainly to do with how some of the things felt, and so on and so forth. Now, since then, in between like trying to do like recording script and stuff for the video and whatnot, and then, you know, hopefully eventually getting on to editing, I have been like doing some like I have been watching some like GDC talks on like level design and game design, and have been looking at some other things regarding like game design as well. And one of the things that I've never really sort of thought about in terms of like my mechanics, like, because I also don't have music tone, because at the moment I'm trying to decide if I want to go for the usual or if I want to do something completely different in terms of music. So let's see. My brain. So in terms of like how things were feeling with the project last week, fuck it, screw it. I'm just gonna go for 2 hours of fighting game music, because I like this video. I like listening to it for stuff, for like art streams and whatnot, and I may as well use it for a game dev stream, because I haven't used it for a game dev stream either before or for a long while. So we're gonna go for this for the backdrop this time around. But yes, looking like going over the project as it has been for the past like over a year or so, in terms of how I've always gone about things, like I have had like an idea for like mechanics, you know, like just general outlying ideas of just, you know, this is the mechanic that I want, and this is also another mechanic that I want, and so on and so forth. Now, while that is good and all, the one thing that I never really thought about before, properly, and I guess this is kind of why, in some ways, things have like lacked some kind of direction or focus in a couple of ways. And let me get Clip Studio open, because I need to illustrate this rather than just like explain it all in words, because, you know, sometimes it's nice just to talk. No, sometimes it's nice just to talk, and sometimes it's nice to just, you know, draw things out, because sometimes drawing things out makes it a bit better to bear with. And that was from the art stream from the other day. Also, by the way, I have updated my profile picture for Twitch, and the YouTube, and by extension the VOD archive as well. I don't know why the Discord embeds haven't updated with that. I don't know if it's a case of I need to go into my settings on Discord, and I need to update that. I don't know. So I can't exactly do that right now unless I go on my phone and do it. I may have to do that. But yeah, no. Why was I talking about that? Oh yeah, because that was there. But in terms of, like, how I was looking at my mechanics, yeah, sure. Like, there were two things that I was kind of missing for my mechanics, if I think about it. Also, I'm going to open... I'm gonna open up the profile picture, get the color for the pen, because this color is the one I just generally like to use when I'm sketching and doing other stuff. But yes, in terms of mechanics, there were two things that I feel I was kind of missing. So, and this is from, like, having watched, like, a whole bunch of game developers conference videos on, like, well, I say videos, they're, like, recordings of, like, previous GDC talks from, like, different industry veterans and whatnot. But also, like, some other game design videos from, like, people who also gave talks at GDC. And one of the most important things that I've never really, like, thought about was the vision for a mechanic. And what do I mean by this? What it essentially means is, like, if we're looking at mechanics, like, the vision for the mechanic is what you imagine a mechanic should feel like. And I know today's supposed to be animating, but I am talking about the stuff anyway, because this is, like, stuff that I've done since the previous Game Dev Sunday stream, and it's nice to sort of, like, keep things up to date on this front, so, So, for example, like, to make, like, a very quick example, a sprint should feel fast. A jump should feel springy or bouncy. And etc, etc. Now, these are, like, very simple explanations based on what I've learned. And I know, like, the other things, like, I can imagine, like, say, for example, the air dash, while it gives you, like, a burst, like, it feels like it should propel you forward, but after maybe, like, a second or two where you're able to just kind of adjust where you're going, perhaps, maybe? Who knows? I'm not entirely 100% sure, but that's one thing that I learned in the past week. And the other thing that I sort of dove into as well, and this was a thing that I'd never really sort of, like, properly thought of. And this is a thing that... This is a new concept that I was learning as well. This is something that I've, of course, never learned, like, during my time at university or since then. And that's something called orthogonal... Am I spelling this correctly? Yes, orthogonal design. And this other thing that I've learned, which is orthogonal design, which is, like, I learned from one of the other, like, smaller videos. Not a GDC, like, talk, but from a video from someone who delivered a talk at GDC at one point. They talked about, like, what orthogonal design was, the whole sort of idea behind it. And what it essentially means is that, like, if something is like orthogonally designed, then it's designed in a way that's different compared to other things. So and in that video, they gave like a few examples of things that are not really orthogonally designed, such as like, oh, you have these three cars, but they only have like the only real difference between them is something like in terms of stats. There's no like thing that's functionally different about them. And then in terms of thing that is orthogonally designed in that same kind of context is if you had cars, you had helicopters, and you had boats. You have three vehicle types that are fundamentally and functionally different from one another. So, in that sense, it makes things a lot more orthogonally designed. And this can be applied to like not just like mechanics or systems and whatnot, but it's also something you can apply to enemies as well. And I now realize it because like of having experienced like the game itself. There's really like a very distinct lack of orthogonal design in Ukulele's enemies, but or in terms of like the enemies encountered between each world rather than like between each enemy type, because they're like each enemy type does like a slightly different thing, but at the same time it's like barely noticeable. But for the most part, it's just like not really orthogonally designed because it's just bad. But that's besides the point. But it's also looking at like, if you're looking at say mechanics that the player has, and you're looking at, you know, the kind of purposes purpose or function they serve, then I looked at the movement mechanics and like the one combat mechanic that the player has. And I essentially sort of like, I listed them all out. I broke down, oh yeah, so this is used for this, and this is used for this, and this is used for this, and so on and so forth. And rather than just saying, oh, this is just like blah 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 blah, I actually specifically sort of like, oh, this is used in this context, or this move is used in this context, and so on and so forth. And looking at all of them, for the most part, like the player character's abilities have some like a fair degree of orthogonal design to them, which is great. So that's one thing. The other thing that I need to be wary of with orthogonal design is how I'm going about the enemies, because I, at the moment, have 3 types of enemies, essentially. The coward enemy, the normal, like, patrolling enemy, and the flying enemy. But at the moment, these are just, like, little test things within that, like, testing area. And I'm not sure if, like, any actual enemies I try to create or design will be, like, 100% different. But that depends. But yeah, no. Rambling out of the way, because I have been kind of rambling about, like, the stuff that I've been learning over the past week, in between, like, trying to get stuff done for the video. The main reason that we're here today, so, one of the bits of feedback, to be fair, I guess going into the engine would also help illustrate this point, rather than, like, kind of, like, waving the mouse everywhere all over Blender, even though that is kind of a bit of a goofy way to sort of go about things, is in terms of some of the animation, or I say some of the animations, I'd say complete lack of animations in some contexts. So in terms of the air dash, there is no like starting or like midway through animation for the air dash, or like a transition back into falling from an air dash. There's no like animation for starting and doing the stomp. There's no like specific thing for like animation for wall sliding, because And then I'm also remembering the changes that I made to the friction for wall sliding. So I've like wall sliding. Now that if I think about the vision for wall sliding, like it should feel like you're able to like lie down like and have a bit of a respite, but you're not supposed to be able to use that to just sort of like. And also, one thing that I'm kind of also realizing that I will need to adjust at some point is that at the moment, with the way wall jumping works, like, sure, it pushes the player like a fair distance away from the wall, but it doesn't push them far enough where it's like, oh, you definitely can't just keep wall jumping on the same wall to slowly gain height, because that's not what I want to happen. So the one thing I'm going or wanting to try and do as well is to... Oh god, again, I'm so sorry. Like, today's been like a busy day. So of course I'm feeling like a little bit like here. But the one thing I'm wanting to do with the wall jump is I do want to tune it so that, yeah, it's not necessarily possible to just keep scaling a singular wall with the wall jump, even if it's very slow. I want it to either push the player at like a lower height compared to what it usually does, or if not necessarily that, because that might mess with how I've laid out the test level, and I would need to adjust the platforms in that level. The other thing I was considering is I adjust how far forward it pushes the player away from the wall, and then in doing so, they wouldn't really be able to sort of like get to that same point as easily, if that makes sense. So maybe that might work. Who knows? Who knows? Right. So, as I've pointed out before I went on that little ramble again, I keep doing that, but that's fine. As I've pointed out, the main problems that we are having is because there are no like animations to indicate that, oh, the player is air dashing, oh, the player is stomping, oh, the player is currently wall sliding, even though like it looks like they're slowly like moving down the wall. But at the moment, it just looks like they'd be falling very slowly. So sound effects, while useful in like conveying things and making things feel like, you know, things are happening and are alive and whatnot, that it needs to be supplemented by, you know, actually having animations. And also, I'm going to quickly go and grab something and go to the bathroom, so I will be back in a few moments. This is not an ad break, this is just a quick little break while I sort something out. I'll be back in a few moments.
ready to go home now?
Right, we're back. Okay, so, as I was saying before I started the, started that quick little break, yes, we need to supplement, like, the sound effects with the actual animations themselves, which is why I have Blender open. Now, the thing is, all I've ever done is, like, export things that I've made in Blender from Blender and brought them into the engine. Like, you already know this. It happened with the fruits that I made. It happened with the character as well. Especially the multiple times that I re-imported the character to sort of update the texture within the engine and so on and so forth. Now, however, I just don't know how to animate at all in Blender. There is... Oh, good. Oh, God. Oh, hi, Zazel. Made the little guy do the Fortnite default dance. Maybe as a... I may need to actually turn down the music so I can... Or I open this video that I found on my phone and kind of slowly transfer what I'm learning from here onto the thing, because I do not know... so if I go into layout... Because this is a completely new realm for me. I've never animated a 3D model or animated in general. So, like, there's a pretty useful one that I've found, but if only YouTube on my phone would stop giving me ads, I'd like to watch the video, please. But, like I said, I don't know the first thing, if I need to go into, like, pose mode, or if I have to be specifically in the animation window, or... Hmm. Right, so go into pose mode by selecting where is the armature. There we go. Pose mode. Wee! Alright, now I should be able to, if I grab this and do this. That doesn't do any, right. Right. This is going to be kind of terrifying trying to learn this. Okay, I'm looking at the stuff and I'm kind of, basic, hold on, basic walk, animation, Blender, tutorial. Because I would like to know how to do this. Right, so let's see. That ain't right. Okay, so of course moving this does that. Then if I rotate this, or if I move if I move this, and then moving this. Oh, yep, there we go. That's the one I needed. At the moment, I'm just... Damn, it's been like a day. Yeah, my feet are still sore from wandering around Pride yesterday. Oh, how did that go? I was aware that it was happening yesterday. Small price to pay for nice vibes. As long as you enjoyed yourself, had fun, but also stayed safe and whatnot, then that's all that matters, really. Whoa, whoa. Why am I... I'm just goofing around at this point. So yeah, it was nice just seeing so many happy gay people. A nice palate cleanser of the regular mundane day and just world news in general. Yeah, no, it's fucking depressing these days. It's depressing seeing so much of the shit, like so much of the shit that happens in the world nowadays. I dislocated his arm. Uh, uh The regular man-made horrors persist, yet so do I. As long as you fucking keep living and keep fighting and just keep doing. Wait, so it's 1, 3. Right, there we go. The one thing I'm trying to do, because I want to make a walk. Oh, no, no. I need to look at what Blender's orthographic view shortcuts were. Blender orthographic view shortcuts. Oh, control plus any numpad button. Oh, right, okay. Control? There we go. Because the other one that I need is this one. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I had to pause SM2 download because the internet cannot handle the install plus the stream. Oh no. Oh no. The internet moment. Oh gosh, right. So now I need to get the arms in place. Hmm. Hmm. Wish there was a way to only rotate the ball. I don't think there is. Unless I select these two and then instead of like individual, I use a median point and then... Okay, that didn't work. Hmm. To be fair, I should also factor in, like, rotating the bastard forward. Mm-hmm. I saved a duplicate. I'm gonna open the copy. And I'm gonna go from there. Because at the very least... I have a point to restart from if I feel like I've messed up a bit too much. So, you know, the usual, the usual. Okay, maybe I actually should not mess with that a bit too much. Right, so set 3. This is kind of looking a bit goof, but that's fine. How do I... I don't think I actually started this properly. How do I add this as a keyframe? Pose. Oh. Insert keyframe. Insert keyframe. Let's say... Hello? I'm so confused. Okay, there we go. I guess I'll also say insert for a rotation as well. To be fair, I could have done both. Right, so select all, I, location, and rotation. Then select, press A to select all, pose, copy pose. Then on frame 12, going to pose, paste pose flipped. And then, I guess, I insert location, rotation, and scale. look at the weird way in. What if I was to set this as like just a 12 frame animation? Let's go. Oh wait, I need to make it a 24 frame. Hold on. Make it a 24. Then take the pose. Copy pose, then go to frame 24. And then pose. Paste pose. And then I, location, rotation, and scale. So if I just click play like this. So it's moving like the arm and legs and whatnot, but at the moment it's not really... moving like the torso and whatnot, which is... I feel like that's something I should have remembered to do as well. But this is a start. This is a start. The little guy is on its way to get sturdy on a Sunday night. He's looking very sturdy, but he's missing the bounce. He's missing the bounce. You know? It looks awfully stiff without like the after party bounce. But yeah, no, it's looking awfully stiff without things. Right, I'm gonna undo what I've done up until this point. I mean, I'm still gonna set it down to like 36. No, to 24. I'll still set it to 24. And I realize the thing that I need to do is that I need to rotate the torso along the Z. Yeah, I need to rotate the torso along the Z. So location, rotation, and scale. Right, and then pose, copy, copy, pose, go to frame 12, paste pose flipped, location, rotation, and scale, and then paste pose. Right, now let's see how this looks. I mean, that's looking a little less. It's looking a little less stiff, but it's still missing, like, you know, like, actually bopping up and down. Though, this kind of, like, how this animation looks currently could definitely work in some, like, low poly or, like, isometric kind of game that you could find on Steam, maybe. Or definitely, like, in the Roller Coaster Tycoon games, maybe? Who knows? Right. Oh, wait, I definitely need to get more water during the ad break, too. That's what I just realized. And should continue consulting. Hmm. Alright, oh, the ad break's starting. So drag it to frame 3. I don't have the transport. There we go. And then for this other one, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna continue the download. Good luck with the animation. Fortnite. It'll happen. It'll happen. Wait, actually, maybe I should go control there and then move on the Z. And then rotate that. Ah! And I will hydrate. Yes, hold on. Of course, that's what you'd leave me with. Anyway, catch you later, Zazel. Thank you for stopping by. Um... Hmm. Right, anyway, ad breaks are starting, so we will be back in a few minutes, so hang on tight, we'll be back very shortly. Right, and we're back. Okay, I'm trying to get used to how this is working. Trying to move things, not rotate it. Hmm. Oh, I should have. There we go. Right. Wait. Why did that not? Oh, wait, because I didn't select it all. Whoops. Select all. Hold on. Hold on. If I... Because I know this is, like, not completely done yet, but if I go here, select, pose, copy pose, and then I go to frame, it'll be frame 15, and we go pose, copy pose, or paste pose flipped, and then we go location, rotation, and scale. Oh, look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I'm... I, oh, I'm... How... Oh! Oh, hi, Zemi! So I can't... I I have him walking. I have him walking. Zemi was silenced by the New Zealand government and can only communicate in emotes this stream. No. Though, to be fair, you normally communicate in emotes anyway, so it's not too different. It's just ever so slightly different. Right, now... I don't know how to, like, have multiple, like, animations saved within a Blender file. I need to find out. Save... Wait, hold on. I need to make a new tab on my phone while I look this up. Multiple animations in Blender file. Oh. Right, I'm slowly learning the intricacies of how to do this. So going on to Action Editor, just like this is baked into this animation now. And then if I click X and then click New, I, however, wish I could remember how to reset, hold on, 0. This gimmick is getting old real fast. Right, because I adjusted the rotation for everything. No, that's not what I meant! Did I mute? No, I didn't. I didn't. Right, so I need to adjust this, adjust this, adjust this. And then I need to adjust this, adjust this, adjust this. Your guy talking when you aren't talking is confuzzling. Yeah, no, that's kind of... To be fair, that's probably... either when... It's based on, like, the settings that I have for the thing. Sometimes when I, like, make a little bit of a jostle in the background, sometimes it moves its mouth, but of course it's not enough, like, noise coming through the mic and whatnot. Right, and then I need to correct this one as well, because that's basically set to the same. Though, that's also rotated. It's like a subtle rotation for all of this. It's just making slight adjustments to make sure this is back to normal. Yo! Alright, that's... If I check and check and check, and I check all the bones that I think I tinkered with. Oh yeah, to be fair, using this probably would have helped as well with, like, trying to have, like, certain rotations. That's not what I meant. I meant to look at the wireframe. Right. Right. Okay, the next thing I want to do is make a run animation. So... rat run. Because I have a walk animation, but I want a run animation, and then I need a charging or sprinting animation as well. And while they kind of, like, there's already, like, a running animation in the engine, I want to make a one myself. Fuck the New Zealand government silencing me. Rude. Like, terrible form from them. Right, so in terms of what I want, of course, it needs to be leaning forward a bit more for the run animation. So if I do... I don't know what New Zealanders threaten people with, a quote of all time. It also kind of looks funny just having them, like, tilted forward like this, like, T-posing, but also... He's T-posing, but also looking down. That's a quote from The Amazing Digital Circus I love in the animation. I haven't gotten around to watching The Amazing Digital Circus yet. I know it's been out for the episodes have been out for like a fair amount of time now, but I just have not found time to watch it. TADC stream went, I don't know! I don't know, and I don't know if I'd be able to do it without getting fucking... without being, like, copyright struck. No! It's Game Dev Day! Also, I need to remember, like... Yeah, it was the... Oh, don't copyright reactors, they're chill like that. Oh, okay. And now I need to I'm so annoying. I need to reset all the bloody rotations and right. Do 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 do. Just to make sure. Right. 0, 0, 0. Right. That should be fine. Ow. My unimaginable back pain. Oh, gosh. Right. Okay, no, actually, if I'm doing this correctly, it'll be rotate along the X, and I'm rotating on this bone. So I have it properly leaning forward, and then rotating along the Z. What is the mandatory stream gimmick? We currently do not have one. I'm gonna be honest, we do not have one right now. I don't want to redo any old ones unless you want to live in fear again. I could do with less of living in fear. Sometimes that kind of gets, you like watching me suffer. No. Oh, ouch. That's why I'm your optimal viewer. Ah! Right, so we're going to go to this point here. We're going to go move it along the Y first. Maybe rotate? Rotate doesn't work. Rotate never works. And that doesn't work either. Can I rotate the foot? Actually, I can. Hold on. Let me undo that. P99. I'm buzzed. P99? What did they mean by this? No! God damn it! I meant to grab the... Okay, so what I need to do... I need this control here. No. Accidental message, let's go. Now's your chance to... There we go. I needed a drink. Right, I'll hide the transform window for now. And then I need to grab the control here. Oh wait, that's not the one. That's not the control, that's the bone for the thumb. Whoops! So we're gonna grab this, we're gonna go along the Y. And then go along the X. Hold on. So we went, so G along the Y. Nah. G, Y. G, X. Okay, that's better. That's better. So I'm gonna select all, and I think like this is fine enough for a run animation, for the time being. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I'm 100% completely wrong. So I, location, rotation, and scale. Then we're gonna go pose. I keep doing that. Copy pose. We're gonna go to frame 12. Gonna paste pose flipped. And then we're gonna location, rotation, and scale. And then here again on frame 24. Paste pose. Location, rotation, and scale. And then play this, see how this looks. At the moment, it just looks like he's, like, reaching his hand out, like, one by one. And that's because we haven't, like, adjusted, like, things with the feet and whatnot for the passing and, like... Right, okay. So... So frame 3. Oh wait, control. And this is where I need to transform. Set that to 0. I need to consult the video again. I have forgotten parts of it already. I'm not used to this. Oh!
Fine! You're up!
Oh! And, hello? Thanks. Thank you so much. Oh, gosh. I was not expecting that, but thanks for the gifted sub. Let me think, let me think, let me think, let me think, let me think. Consult the video and I'll remember. Right, I want... Okay, now I remember. I want... Where is the rotation? Rotate. Okay, no. No, that's not what I want at all! It's not perfect. It's not zeroing it out. But... That's... Maybe this will work! Wait. If I look at this, they have that and that and that. And then that's... So, what am I missing between these? I'm vibing for the fighting game, but thank you ever so much. Thank you. Wait, what song is this from? This is... Oh, this is Dead or Alive. Oh, that's why. Oh, that's... Oh, You Blow My Mind from Street Fighter. How am I still melting in my room? Help! Let me think. So, the whole point is that I need this flat on the ground. Wait, let me copy these values over and see what that does. That might be what I'm missing. Maybe I needed to actually just drag it back a little bit. And I think the Z value location is... It's... Right, it was slightly less. Okay, and now that's... Wait a minute. I'm trying to remember. Did I rotate anything else? I did. Oh. I did rotate it. I did rotate it, actually. Okay, that's flattened it out. Perfect. So then the next part is to drag the control for the foot up slightly. And then we also need to bring the hip down too. So grab this, go on the Z. And then... I mean, I think that's fine enough. I might be wrong. Right, we'll see from there. So location, rotation, and scale. And then it's the same for... Oh, wait. Whoops. Pose. Copy pose. Pose for frame 15. Paste pose flipped. And then I for location, rotation, and scale. So looking at how this should look ideally now. Okay, so that's looking better. But then, of course, I think the actual, like, passing pose where it's, like, properly lifted off the ground for the foot will make the difference. Because I didn't need that for the walk cycle, but I definitely will need that for the run cycle. That much is certain. That much is sure. Right. Right. so what frame do I need to get this on? Frame 6. So according to the video, frame 6 is next. Wait, hold on. Let me look at how this looks like on this frame. In the middle of body, he's like, it looks like he's just throwing his hands up. Look at him go. Like, look at him go. It's the little details. We'll find it out. We'll find it out. Oop, ouch. It's creating more of the passing position. So looking at this, G on the Z, move it up a little bit. Oh,
Ryan,
oh,
you're up.
Good God.
Ryan, you're up.
Well, thank you again. Thank you ever so much. Right. So I moved. Right. So going back. So we moved that up slightly. I might need to move it up a bit more. And then move it forward a little bit. And then we bring the hips up. So slightly. But then I need to flatten this foot out because otherwise that looks a bit weird. So that's looking fine enough. Oh, terrible, pardon. Oh gosh. Even though that was like not like audible at all, gosh. Oof. Right, so take that, add the keyframe, then I need to copy the pose again. And then instead of frame 15, it needs to be frame 18. And then pose, paste pose flipped, and then location, rotation, and scale. And then we'll see. That's not what I want it to look like at all. Okay, maybe I need to look up a specific video for making a run cycle. This looks like a goofy walk cycle. Or maybe there's a part of this I'm probably there's definitely a part of this I'm misunderstanding. Whoa. It looks like his buff. Hey, what is this one from? Oh, it's Capcom versus SNK. That's why it sounds cool. Mechanics. Chains. Can I find the thing? Help? Internet? Or maybe I use another video for the run cycle. At this point, it looks like yo, 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 yo. Oh, uh, it, gosh. Right. I think I might have found an effective video. I think. Big think. So I'm gonna pause that, and I'm gonna undo all the stuff that I did for this. So at the very least, I get it reset back to its default. Or not. Oh wait, no, that is back to the... Right, that is back to where I need it to be. Cool! Right. Ow. Right. Okay, so... Right. Right. It's the first bit of the run that I need to get right. The first bit of the run that I need to get right. Also, I feel like in terms of like animating a low poly character, it's kind of difficult. So, especially with like how little bones there are on a character like this compared to like... Okay, can I move you? Oh, that stretches it. Ugh, I don't like that. Okay, and then I think this also just kind of... This just rotates it. This doesn't actually control, like, location and whatnot. This is for... I think this is just general, like, leg rotation. From... If memory serves me well. So... Right. Okay, there are things I am remembering now that I'm looking at things again. Cool! Uh... Let me think. Right, let me think. I can do this. Right. So I need to rotate you forward on the X like this. Sadly, trying to do this doesn't work because it only affects like a minute part of the rotation. So if I move you... Oh yeah, and that just only affects like how that part of the arm rotates as well. It's the control. The control is the thing that I need to grab. So... But then it doesn't affect rotation of the actual thing itself. Right. Oh gosh. Oh, because what I'm trying to do, if I visualize this, let me grab the tablet and let me visualize this. So if I, like, in visualizing this, like, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the arms to be like this, basically. I'm trying to get the arms to be like this. But because of, like, the nature of it being a low-poly character, it is kind of difficult to try and get the arms to, like, be that way, if that makes sense. Like, I can get them to resemble something kind of like that. Maybe it's just me needing to, like, look at, like, the PS1 era and look at the constraints that they themselves were working with and all that jazz. Because, honestly, the sooner I, like, look at the constraints in that sense, the less of a hassle that this whole thing becomes. Oh boy, oh boy. It's trying to figure out the intricate... Like, it's a challenge, but it's also fun. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. Also realized I should, like, clear out notives on Discord at times, because, like, especially if it's, like, servers that I don't really interact with and whatnot. But, yeah, right. So I think, like, it should be possible. It should be 100% possible. Right, back to Blender. So I was trying to, I was trying to like sort this arm out. I may need to actually consult some gifts. Brush. Why is... Oh, there it is. Right. Okay. Maybe if I save this GIF... and then I visualize it this way. Because somehow I feel like visualizing it the first way... I can't remember what this is. Oh, wait. Now I remember. It's Riku from... I think it's Riku from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Yeah, it is. That's what this one was saved as. I remember what this picture was saved as now. So that one was Riku from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. This one was Subway Surfers. This one was Reagan's Smile. The weird, the fuck-ass one that Dragon drew that one time for Heater. But then I just yoinked it for my... for my last Kingdom Hearts 2 level 1 stream. Back when I was finally beating that. Yeah, no, if I visualize it this way, because I can use gifts, like, looking at Crash 1, and how, like, Crash runs in that game, like, the arms are, like, fairly kind of low if we're looking at, like, limitations and whatnot. And then, if I also look at, say... Think. Spyro 3. GIF. I might have found it. I might have found what I needed. Okay, never mind, I have not found what I needed. The GIFs are not working on Google. But... My one potential source of information has failed me because GIFs are not loading. Or they're broken. Or they're completely broken. That's always possible. That's always possible. They're completely broken. There was a character whose animation I wanted to get the GIF for, and from Spyro 3, and none of these. Oh wait, but that's not a full walking GIF. No. Oh wait, no. There we go. 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 I found one. I found one that finally works. But it's... No! It's saving as a WebP! No! I hate them! WebPs! WebPs suck! That's my one... God! WebPs. I dislike them immensely, and I just wanted to save a GIF so I could illustrate a point. And I can't. This is why I need to work on more things for the PNG, because at the moment, this in its default state does not convey the frustration I am feeling towards trying to save a GIF and it's saving as a WebP. Oh, Lord. I just wanted to illustrate a point. Like, right, hopefully I can find one. I just wanted to get a thing that actually worked with what I'm trying to talk about. No. Like, if I... Is this one a WebP as well? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat, and also people watching things back on the pod. Oh. Gosh. Golly gosh, golly gosh. Oh. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. As long as it's making people laugh, that's okay. But right, can I find it, please? Internet, I know. Wait, actually, hold on. No, I thought I had it with this one. No. Okay, the ad breaks are starting soon. I'm gonna take a quick little ad break, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. So hang on tight, and we'll be back soon. Okay, I'm back. Right. So now that I think about it, okay, that was a sudden jump. um, in terms of like how Crash runs, like in the original like trilogy, and I'm pretty sure they changed Crash, like how Crash's animations looked when they made the Insane trilogy. I might be wrong on this. I need to revisit it actually at some point. um, and that's a good point because the Insane trilogy was like £3 in the Steam Summer Sale, and that's absolutely insane. I'm shocked, honestly. But I do need to think because if we were looking at things from a, if we were talking about constraints of the hardware that I'm emulating, that I'm trying to sort of replicate with everything, then the more exaggerated run poses probably wouldn't work. I might be wrong. But we can give it a try. We can give it all a go. So in terms of like, maybe I should go back and start this like new pair of eyes, new set of lenses. And this is all just like preliminary, like trying to learn how this works, so I can actually prep to make proper like wall sliding and like air dash and stomping animations and whatnot. Like this is all just preliminary stuff. Though to be fair, it's a matter of once I properly warm up to things and get used to this. Because bearing in mind, like the whole process of like texture unwrapping and painting textures and whatnot, and trying to do like weight painting and all that jazz with the model like in earlier streams. This is just 100% a new thing, and once I at the very least get used to things, it'll be a lot easier the next time round, but yeah, no, basically that. So looking at things from a different perspective, hold on, let me consult the first GIF again, because that one's still there. Now I wish I could just look at this frame by frame. I don't know why I'm very particular about whether or not I can analyze a thing frame by frame. Whew, gosh. But I keep getting distracted by the music, I swear to God. Every now and then, like, on this one video, I get something that sounds like an absolute bop and I can't concentrate. Oh, and then there's one that's like 3 hours of the best modern fighting game music. I wonder what they've got. Hold on. I'm pausing this one. I'm opening this link in the new tab, and I'm gonna see what ones they've got. If it's got like stuff from we've got Guilty Gear, we got Dragon Ball Fighters, we got ooh. Screw it, we're going for Moonsiders first. I love Tekken 7's music. Let's go, let's go. And now I can't Why did I do this to myself? Anyway, moving legs and feet and stuff. I need to do that. I do this to myself, honestly. Right, so I want to move it forward, but I don't want to move it to the extent where it begins to rotate on the leg, because that's not good. But do I want to move it up a bit? No, that forces it to rotate again. Yeah, maybe. Gosh, right. Right. Rotating the torso. I need to rotate the torso because maybe that will help. I'm back. Hi, Zemi. Damn it, that was my chance to just go say hi back, I'm forward, but I missed it. Also, in this modern economy, you have... 1 second, I'll leave a No, don't go! Oh, Lord. Hi back, I'm forward. Wow, I can't believe you got me with that. Such fast quips from you. I appreciate the sarcasm. Thank you very much. Sometimes you need a bit of sarcasm to just keep you in check, honestly. Oh, fuck yeah, this video has Ain't Nothing Like a Funky Beat from Lethal League Blaze. I've never played Lethal League Blaze. I've been meaning to get around to it. Right, anyway, back to this. So we have it rotated forward, and then... What franchises are you interested in? I only know you from a few things, and I'd love to know a bit more. You know what? That's all well and good and all. So, actually, you know what? I'll write this out with Clip Studio because it's a bit easier. So, if we're going off of if we're talking about games. Because, you know, that's probably the most likely thing you're asking. So, like, to go Zelda, Xenoblade. Why do you have the top half of a man in your clip studio? Oh, that was when I was designing my new, like, icon for my channel and whatnot. I was using that as a reference. I had this little sketch, and I was using that just as the reference from, for it all. So Zelda, Xenoblade. Anything that can be counted as media. I mean, Mario, of course. So Zelda, Xenoblade, Fire Emblem, Guilty Gear, Mario, Donkey Kong, Street Fighter as well. Tekken. Like, to a very small degree, Persona. I've only just started playing Fire Emblem. I suck at it. I know that feeling. Like, I wouldn't call myself, like, amazing at Fire Emblem. Like, I've only played a few of the games. I've been meaning to go back and eventually play some of the older ones, too. But, you know, I wouldn't call myself an absolute tactical genius. So I got Tekken, Persona. I had something in my head. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy. Why wouldn't I... I'm playing one of the easier games too. I'm somehow losing in 3 houses. Oh gosh. I mean, to be fair, it's just a matter of like, you gradually get used to it. The not so Final Fantasy, yeah. Hold on. Let's use my Steam library as a good jump-off point for this. So, we have Monster Hunter as well. We, of course, know about Yu-Gi-Oh! We have Dragon Ball. Pokemon as well. How the hell did I forget about Pokemon? Jesus. Ultra Kill's a good game too. Not showing the sussy games? No. Also, I barely have anything like that in my Steam library. It's crazy. I'm gonna shrink this down as well so I can actually fit it all into one page. So... Or I say barely, more so I have nothing like that in my library. Barely implies that there is something in there to find. Prove it. No. I'm on the bloody, I mean, I'm trying, oh yeah, how the hell did I forget about Sonic? Risk of Rain. A bit of Marvel vs. Capcom. Trying to actually properly get into the Dark Souls games. Like, I've only played, like, in terms of, like, a Souls game, or Souls-like, I've only played Elden Ring. Ace Attorney, Don't Starve is, like, Don't Starve are good games too. Oh yeah. Yakuza / Like a Dragon. Songs. Oh, this is Blaze Blue. Oh, this is Bullet Dance 2 from Blaze Blue. Oh, auto mod. Yep, allow. I recently watched... Oh yeah, I saw it. Right. I recently watched a video going over funny NSFW Steam game names, and I laughed for 5 minutes straight at maids for milking, cookies, and Oh my fucking god! What the What? Oh no! Oh no! That's... no! Dragon Quest as well, though I have not played a Dragon Quest game fully. I've been meaning to get around to that. Psychonauts as well. DMC, Devil May Cry. A little bit of Halo. Mega Man as well. And this is only going over the games. Like, what the fuck? Cookies and cream. That's... There's worse names, but that's the one I audibly laughed at. Oh, good god. Hades as well. I love Hades and Hades 2. The Salmon Max games. The Salmon Max games I like. A little bit of Metal Gear, even though I need to properly play all of the, like... I want to fuck my mom's best friend, but she's actually my stepsister. Is another one. Why can't we have this quality of game names with normal releases? For real. Good god. Right, so in terms of games, I feel like it would be a non-exhaustive list if I kept going. Hold on, let me check on my Switch as well. I mean, Mario Kart falls into Mario. Oh yeah, Spyro, Crash. Like, as you can imagine, in terms of the games, the list can go on for ages because of how many games that I have played in my life. To be fair, so we're moving on from games, and we're moving on to I'm just going to say anime next because that's easiest for me to list off. I stand by Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel being better than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I mean, to be fair, that's a fair opinion. But unfortunately, it's ridiculously expensive to get on Switch, and they still haven't they never made a PC port, and that upsets me. So now I'm just gonna go off of the anime I've watched, and it's a fair list as well. I don't really watch much anime, but when I do, I watch the shitty ones because they're really funny to me. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. So Dungeon Meshi, Chainsaw Man. Dan Da Dan, JoJo's. Fire Force, Vinland Saga. And some of the shitty ones were not as shitty as I thought it would be. Huh, interesting. Yu Hakusho, though I need to properly rewatch that and fully watch it, rather than get partway through the series, get too busy, forget where I am, and then need to rewatch it, because that's a thing that's happened a few times with a few series. So I watched Naruto, of course, like Dragon Ball Z / Super, I mean, of course, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Also fits into this category too. Mashal was a good time. Like Cyberpunk Edge Runners as well, which is getting a sequel. Fucking yo. I feel like this is only like a portion of what I watched, and I feel like it would take me forever to list out all the anime that I have like definitely 100% like completed, unless I look on my Animate list. But unfortunately, I guess that also includes Attack on Titan. I mean, nothing against like the first three seasons of Attack on Titan and the first of the final season, but beyond that, I could barely fit anything on this side of the screen anymore. One that really surprised me was one where a child has to clean a big-ass house with his weird maid dress-making uncle, but it was somehow an allegory for working through burnout and how perfectionism is flawed. I was expecting it to be really bad, but it was like a 7 out of 10. Huh. Yeah, perfectionism is bullshit. Honestly. Like, perfectionism is absolute bullshit. I used to believe in that lie as well. And for a long while, I made myself miserable. So, I'm going to shrink this and then try and add a few more where I can. This is... Oh, this is Bardock's theme from Fighters. Oh, shit. Watching shitty-looking anime sometimes... Yeah, no, honestly. Like, and even then, like... I've watched, like, 10 separate shitty isekais. It hurt... Oh, God. Why would you subject yourself to that? You... That's a death wish. Honest to God. Death wish. You know, I'll leave that at that for the moment. So in terms of where I want... There are like two good ones that looked bad in that pile. Huh. I mean, to be fair, that is always possible as well. Right, there was that video I was consulting on how to do the run cycle, and I just do. Hmm. Campfire cooking in the world. Oh, that one. I was looking into watching that at some point, but I hadn't gotten around to it. It's really good. In an interview, the lead animator and script writer said, "I was really hungry and wanted to animate food, so I got a script through that involved realistic looking food, and it was unironically peak. Can't wait for Guy Fieri in another world." On like, why has no one done that yet? Why has no one talked to him and asked him, "Hey, listen, can we make an anime where you're the main character, that you're in another world, and you make food in that other world? You know, be pretty on brand." That's pretty much the plot of Campfire Cooking, Monster Hunter, but you realize that the monsters all taste like gourmet. I Right. Okay, I'm doing this wrong. So drag select all the bones. Ah, come on. The other somewhat okay small isekai I watched had a really forgettable name. Oh. Sheep Grassland from Tekken 6. What are the worst anime you've watched all the way through? Um... Honestly, There's not really one I can think of, because I haven't really watched anything that's absolutely terrible. So... Hey! How do I... Hmm. Yeah, this man, 10 shitty sexphobic stereotypical harem isekai with the same plot. We've got enough to feed you for 8 years. Please, no, don't. I don't wanna watch Konosuba. Please. Konosuba isn't what they classify as slop. Konosuba at least has a plot. I guess so, I guess. It's bad in terms of mainstream, but it isn't slop. Yeah, I guess so, I guess so. I might have messed this up. I'm talking about the 12 episode anime with the end goal being to defeat a demon title that has no character arcs, the main character with black or brown hair, and hair color coded women to get gooners to watch it. That's the level of slop I mean. Slop. Yeah, I know, I see what you mean. I bloody see what you mean. There are like 40. Yeah, I know, because a lot of them just don't really innovate on the whole idea or concept of it. They just kind of beat the whole same thing to death so many times. If we increase that to white hair too, I'd say like add 10 more. Don't get started on like protagonists who are like, oh, we have white hair in an isekai. Look at us. We're different. Quote unquote. No, you're not different. You're just the same, but in a different font. I want uranium green hair. Yeah, what? Where are the other hair colors? Like this type of green. It's the same picture. No, no. I need to look rotten. No, wait, no, actually, do not do. Ah! What did I do? Because you fucking. Wait, what the fuck is that one in the middle, and where did you get it from? Where is that from? Also, you inverted my. How did you. You did that so quickly. I can tell you didn't flip your canvas. I wasn't thinking about, like, it being flipped in any case. Oh no, oh god, no. Hmm. What's the worst combinations possible? I have no idea. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. And then location, rotation, scale. I can't believe in the Pathfinder mode. Wait, why? So what do I have to fear? Oh, I love Guilty Gear. Right, move the forward leg. Oh wait, hold on. Go back round there. I want a Diaz Tales Family Guy Death Pose emote for real. You know, I could do that eventually. I could do that. Okay, so right, so I'm gonna take pose, copy pose, go here. Paste pose flipped. Lock rotten scale. And then that fix. And then pose. Copy pose. That goes to 18. Paste pose flipped. I lock rotten scale. Did I accidentally play it in reverse? There we go. No! I would never drink coffee! You take that back! Untitled. We have a fairly okay run animation that I feel like it could use a bit of work. I love Ray. I would die for Sky Striker Ace Ray. The support card is going to change my life and is going to be the best card ever. Joshua Smith. I'm confused. I'm very confused. But anyway, with that being said, I am getting a little bit tired now, so I'm going to call things there for today. It's been a long day, so to people who showed up, and to everyone watching things back on the VOD, whether it's here on Twitch or on YouTube, depending on when you're watching this, thank you ever so much for being here. I really appreciate it. The next stream will be tomorrow, and we will be continuing Donkey Kong 64. We've got a whole bunch more to get on with that, and, you know, I've been enjoying that game a lot, honestly. I have been enjoying that game very thoroughly, so I'm looking forward to getting on with it more. But yes, thank you ever so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you all again in the very next one. So until then, take care of yourself.